Beastars is a show about anthropomorphic high school students trying to coexist with one another until the events of a herbivore student killed and eaten adds tension and divide amongst herbivores and carnivores. If you've seen season 1, then you're already familiar with the cast of characters such as Legoshi, Louie, and Haru, and with season 2 of the anime, we pick up directly after the events of season 1. Adapting the murder incident solution arc from the manga, season 2 is much darker in its tone and presentation. Legoshi continuously doubting his instincts as a carnivore, Louie dropping out of high school and slowly affiliating himself with the Shishigumi criminal organization, and one of the burning questions left off in season 1 finally gets resolved on who actually murdered Tem, the male alpaca student. Without diving into spoilers, the reveal is satisfying and does what Beastars does best. Great character writing and insight behind the murder's intent, and even if you don't agree with their actions, Beastars does an extraordinary job on making you sympathize and understand their perspective. Episode 7, titled Memories Soaked in Honey, let's just say has the best literal and metaphorical sense when it's all said and done. The star of season 2 personally belongs to Louie as you watch him embark on this journey as the boss of the Leo group. His inferiority complex from almost being livestock to harnessing quote-unquote true strength as the alpha herbivore in the underground black market is incredible. His experiences and time spent there only reinforces his ideals, strictly being viewed as black and white, being the prey or predator, etc. The dichotomy between his character and Legoshi is one of the main central focal points explored this season. Most of their individual arcs are spent away from one another. However, when both characters share screen time together, watching their respective ideals clash is fantastic. Speaking of Legoshi, his character arc goes on a training arc, so to speak. Watching him solve the mystery on who murdered Tem, thanks to his training on suppressing his primal urges to avoid eating meat, comes across as both a positive and negative for his arc. New character introductions such as Pina the doll sheep are a welcome addition to the ensemble cast of characters we have. I enjoyed his smart, cocky, and laid-back attitude as he does a nice job of being, well, come on, as Louie's replacement for the drama club. Ibuki the lion from the Leo group also has some standout moments, offering guidance as the mentor slash father figure to Louie, and of course I can't forget to mention Gonin the muscular panda offering his tutelage to Legoshi once again for season 2. Now, while I won't spend every moment of this review highlighting the other supporting characters I enjoyed, I did want to talk about Haru for a moment since she was one of the main stars back in season 1. If you're looking for that love story to blossom between her and Legoshi this season, sadly it's barely touched upon here. While she does give Legoshi that motivating drive to further his individual arc, that's basically it. She doesn't get a whole lot of screen time this season, but what we do see of her with Legoshi sprinkled here and there is nice. Now, while that personally doesn't bother me because the murder mystery of Tem was what I wanted to see explored anyway, as well as watching Louie embrace the dark side of the Force, it is something I figure some of you should be aware of. Although the omission of Legume the hen is even a bigger travesty. I'm sure many of you, like myself, just had to know if she's still producing the best eggs Cherryton Academy has to offer. The animation, if you can tell, is CG, which for whatever reason is controversial for controversy's sake in the anime fandom, but personally I found the character models in Beastars Season 2 very fluid. Facial expressions matched each respective animal as I think they would look if they were to grin or just, well, wag their tail around, and the lighting and shadow bouncing off of character clothing and models overall are nicely detailed. One of the things Beastars is also known for is the soundtrack. The jazz music incorporated all throughout the show adds an excellent ambiance to each respective scene. The OP in season 2 really adds excitement before jumping into each episode, although it doesn't trump the fantastic OP from season 1. To be fair though, that's like saying Jujutsu Kaisen's second ending was better than the first. Nah fam, nothing can ever trump Lost in Paradise. The voice acting is also great amongst both English and Japanese performances, but Jonah Scott as Legoshi does a fantastic job as I found myself leaning more towards the English dub. Anyway, by the time season 2 ends, it wraps up nicely everything you wanted to know presented in the previous season. Given the popularity of the series, I'd imagine we'll still get a season 3 and season 4 soon enough. Overall, season 2 of Beastars is better than its predecessor in every way. The drama, action, mystery, and payoff is satisfying, while also adding deeper and richer character development amongst much of its main cast. The commentary Beastar has to say on discrimination, hierarchy ladders amongst the rich and the poor, and what it means to discover your identity in the world versus what societal norms expect out of you, and hell, all of us, is just fantastic. It's 2021, so stop judging a book by its cover. Yes, Beastars have anthropomorphic characters, but you really are doing yourself a disservice on missing out on one of the best anime of the year. Let's be real, those of you judging it on such a weak mindset are probably into isekais obsessed with lollies, so do you even really have room to talk? Yeah, didn't think so. Go watch Beastars. My name is DJ Miles. Take care.